This is Sneakergearz. My name is Levi, and today we have part 6 of the Jordan Decades collection. So we started off with the first, second, and third pack on his second three-peat, but today starts Jordan's first three-peat in the pack. We have the Carmine 6s, which are in my top 5. We have the Chicago 16s, which are actually very hard to get, and if these do drop, I know a lot of the collectors are going to be grabbing that real quick. And we have the Year of the Dragon Chinese New Year release of the 26s or the Jordan 2011s. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The Jordan 6 was the first shoe Jordan won his championship in, and the Carmine color specifically is in my top 5. These things are exquisite. So this was the newest release from last year, not the CDP collection, but some of the nice things I like about it that most people don't know is it actually does have an abstract 23. So that's what Jordan wanted. Actually, he asked for more support in the forefoot, which is why they put the overlays over the 5, and he asked for it to be easier to put on. And this is one of the first shoes you actually have the grabs that we now see and are pretty standard in every shoe nowadays. So absolutely exquisitely executed shoe. I love the combination of leather, suede. There's a lot of 6s out there. Last year Jordan was able to commemorate it with his first championship with the cigar and champagne pack, so hopefully I can add that to my collection one of these days. But this is the keeper on this entire collection. The Jordan 16 was the first shoe in over 12 years that Tinker Hatfield was not involved in, and it kind of spoke to it because essentially they didn't know what to do. So every Jordan until then was perfectly executed as far as being performance on the court and off the court. So for this one, they decided to make it specifically for either on the court with the strap off or off the court with the strap on. But at the same time, no other Jordan really needed this kind of gimmickry. Now, as far as the designs, the designer actually wanted to put patent leather to represent 11s, wanted to put the clear sole to kind of represent the 5s that came out, and he kind of did a conglomeration of a few other Jordans to just bring this together, meaning it wasn't a true original design. Now, what I do like about this is they did, for the first time, put air in the heel, zoom air in the forefoot, so it was a different setup of cushioning, which Jordan actually did like because they brought the same setup to the 17s, which we'll have coming up next. Overall, very rare shoe, very different. I do like them, but obviously until it hits next year or in 2 years, no one really cares about them. But if they do drop, they're probably going to go for $250 like the 17 count. The Jordan 2011 or 26s was the first shoe that grabbed me back to Jordan. So obviously a lot of people dropped off at the 13s, some people dropped off at the 15s, but this one brought me back just because they claimed that each one of these, of the leather panels, was kind of hand finished, so they're all a little bit unique. So I don't know if that's true or not, but it does add a nice finish. This specific version is the Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon release, so it did have a lot of those hits. Most people know this colorway mostly from the 7s that released, but at the same time they did bring that icy sole. They actually do have the gold and red hits on it, and what they did this year, similar to what they did with the 16s a decade earlier, they try to make this shoe for both the big man and the quick man, as it actually had the interchangeable midsole cushionings. So this is the first year any brand tried to do that. Nike took it with the Kobe 7s later on, and again, as a playing shoe, I thought these were horrible, but they're actually very beautiful. They're really comfortable just stylistically, and it's one of those shoes that they could bring back because it does hold its own even years later. Part 6 of the Jordan Decades collection is one of my favorites. Obviously you have the 1 and the 3, which are fantastic, but each one of these models are just exquisitely done and actually bring that fashion back to the Jordan line from the 6, the 16, the 26, as well as I love seeing the similarities between the decades of when they came out. We do have the 7 coming at you soon, which I'm really excited about, with having the Croc skin coming at you. The 7s, which are my favorite and probably one of the most comfortable retros out there outside of the 11s, given that. But please like the video, subscribe, hit us up with your comments. We're going to keep this going into the launch of the 30 coming out, and we're going to give you our take on the 30 shortly. We look forward to next time, and you guys have a good night.